This is the new big animated movie, and I watched it a couple of days ago. And I don't know. I don't really get the hype. I was like aware of this film before any trailers or whatever. I knew it was like in works by Sony Animations. A poster and the title, K-pop Demon Hunters, and I was kind of intrigued. Was kind of like a weirdly specific kind of concept. Like it was wacky, and I was kind of hoping for some fun stylized animation, and not something basic or anything or whatever. And yeah, Sony did do something that was more stylized. It works most for the most part. It is a Netflix film though, so the production value of like I don't know the animation it's telling in some areas. Like sometimes the characters are just in weird foggy voids of sorts, just shortcuts for the animation. And I do the frame rate dropping. That's like a new thing now with stylized animation. And in this case, it looks fine in some places, but other times it looks like the movie is lagging like a video game. It feels like something they kind of slapped on to make it look Spider-Verse-y, and also just to have it as a shortcut to cut down on render time. But other times it does look very fitting in other places, like where the movement is actually emphasized properly. It's not the first time I've seen just frame rate dropping being dropped on a thing like this. SEAL Team is a Netflix movie too. Watch it because of someone I know. And it looks kind of unfinished, but also other times it looks very intentful. Like it actually enhances the movement and animation. And even like ignoring the frame rate dropping in both of these films, there is obviously like stylization with the expressions and stuff. And going back to K-pop Demon Hunters, there's obviously anime influence here, and a lot of the expressions are over the top. It might go a little too far on some few occasions. It looked probably too weird, like a little uncanny, but whatever. The animation is good, especially in like the action sequences. It's not badly done at all. But like, I don't know, the animation seems to be what's holding the film up for most people. That has been the case for me before, I guess. But I guess I can talk about that later. What about the actual story though? I don't know, it's just like any other animated kids films. It's not badly structured or anything. It's not like Transformers 1. I watched that too because that seemed intriguing because like, oh, it's actually a good Transformers movie, and it really wasn't. It was just a lot of and then type plot points. Yeah, and then just stuff kind of happens for no reason, and one of the main characters just feels like a caricature in the end, and the story just had to go that way because it was a prequel. Oh, we're such good friends. Oh no, that's all we talk about. And oh no, now we're no longer friends. But here, while it is here in K-pop Demon Hunters, it's pretty standard. At least it's like structured more properly, I guess. But I don't know. The main three girls, you have the main character one, you have the grumpy one, and you have the cute one. I think the cute one is cute, whatever their names were. But she barely does anything besides the main character. The grumpy one does a little bit. She's the one who takes note of like the suspicious behavior of the main character. But that's like, those other two should have gotten more focus, but at least she got some. And then you have this like forced predictable third third act breakup. You see it coming. It's not really done particularly well. It just happens. I don't really feel anything. You also have this one character who is supposed to like represent like the themes of like hiding your true self. Like their caretaker. They show up near the end again, and I feel what they're trying to do here, I feel very little impact from it because they've barely done anything else before that point. And the writing we get here isn't really that good. It's very, here's the message of the film. The interaction is not particularly interesting. Another weird thing is that we have the redeemable demon guy. He talks about how not all demons are bad, and that gets glossed over at the end. Like, they just keep doing whatever they were doing, and the demon hunters just keep doing whatever they were doing. But like, what about the stuff he said? He just dies? That's okay. I don't mind that from like a story perspective, but he just dies? Okay. Oh yeah, the humor is fine. It's just kinda funny. It's one of those kinds of films. I like the running gag with the cat, the flower pot falling down, and then it like something else. Yeah, the garbage can box falling down. I think it was it being so overly dramatic. I think that's my favorite joke. Obviously, this wasn't gonna be like the most. This isn't gonna appeal entirely to me because this is like K-pop, and I don't really care too much about K-pop. I've heard some that I like, but the music in this is not really that great. It's very forgettable and not really that special. I've heard better music. Now, I've heard better pop music, and I've heard better Korean pop music. There was like a song in the middle somewhere that I got my attention, and the last song was good for a little bit. I don't know. It seems like it found its audience with like these elements, with like the K-pop songs and the somewhat different enough animation and the story that was good enough to be passed off for the film. But I don't know, it really isn't that good. It's from the director of Wish Dragon, and it shows that film is just just a Aladdin ripoff. Like the actual K-pop, the actual Demon Hunters part of it was just done fine enough. It's just the first thing you could think of, and not much further than that. I don't know, it's cute enough. I don't know, I like that it uses like the fan culture for comedy. That's fun. One of the things that I thought of early on when watching the film was like, but what about the K-pop camps and stuff? That kind of shit. And mistreatment of like artists. Obviously, it isn't gonna touch on those topics. This is really just a ad commercial for the existence of K-pop. I mean, it's fine, it can be a fun little adventure, but like, even like the Lego movie makes fun of the company that's making the movie, and also like is a love letter to Lego. So you could still do something like that if you really wanted to. I don't know, it's just, movie's fine. I don't really care for it that much. Seems very overhyped, and but like it found its audience, and I wanted to mention this that I don't know, we got stuff like The Bad Guys that obviously appeals to me because I'm a furry. But like even then, the film isn't really that much better than this film. It's just like a 6 out of 10. I'm sure the sequel is better. I don't know, I haven't really looked much at the discourse of this movie. I looked at some fan art. It's nice that people are making it. I think it's good fan art. But also, I saw like one tweet being like, or one person being like posting a a screenshot from the film, like with one of the weird expressions, being like, "Wow, this is so cringe," and then one person like reposted it, being like, "Oh, the movie comes out, everyone loves it. Time passes. This movie isn't good. This movie was always bad. Happens every time. Ugh." Everyone that's hyped for the movie is gonna watch it immediately before time passes, and different audiences watch the film. But whatever. Try not to interact with Twitter at all. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have much else to say besides, if you're more interested in more unscripted ramblings, then please sub to this channel. Or if you're interested in other stuff, like art or music or actual scripted stuff from me, then check my main channel. Okay, that's about it. Bye-bye. K-pop! Gotta do a funny bit at the end.